everyone, welcome back again, and I'm so happy that you are joining us again. Today I am actually in a different place as always, and I met this wonderful lady, Anita Andrade.
Yes.
And yes, I managed to pronounce her surname perfectly. And I found her very interesting, and especially that what she is doing. She has different products already. She is doing podcasts, she does interviews, she's very passionate of helping entrepreneurs just like you. And now you are an online business coach.
Yes, online business mentor, online business coach. Yes.
Yeah, so welcome and thank you very much for joining for this interview. Tell me, I know that you are an entrepreneur yourself, you have several businesses, but where this coaching is coming? Why do you want to help entrepreneurs? And you've been doing it for quite a while now. I actually got to know her online. Yeah. And you know, you never know who you meet online, and then finally we met in person. So tell me about yourself.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. It was very nice to finally meet you, because we are in contact like for, I don't know, a year?
Yeah, about a year, yes.
And we are like talking all the time. So, well, how did I get to that part of my life that I am actually coaching or mentoring people? I always like to make a differentiation between coaching and mentoring, because there are like so many definitions of what coaching should be and what mentoring should be. And most of the cases, if you talk about coaching, then it's like a very light version of mentoring, where you're just asking questions. You don't really tell anything to your client or to the person that you are working with. You're just asking questions, some personal questions or some business questions. But the mentoring is mostly about actually telling them what to do, because you've been there already, where they are heading, so you can tell them what to watch out for and how to do. And that's the part that actually I am in. That's why I always say, yes, I'm an online business coach, but rather an online business mentor. And how I got to that point is actually very cliche, so to say, because after the university I began my first job when I was 26, and I had this imagination how it will be. My parents always raised me to get an education and then get a good job, and that should be the happiness formula. And unfortunately it did not work out for me like that. After the university, at my first job, I was miserable. It was so bad, because I'm Hungarian and I was working in Austria, and I was working in a company where they didn't really like foreign people. And there was one person especially who didn't like them, and she didn't like me, and she kind of made my life like a living hell. And after like I think a year and 12 kilo later, I was very close to depression, and my friends were asking me, what's wrong? Why are you so sad all the time? And then when I try to tell them that I have that problem with my workplace, like I get back that, yeah, but you need the work permit. Back then you actually needed a work permit to work in Austria, and which meant 12 months of employment. And so they were like, really, you should stay, you should just handle it, and you should just take it, because you need that job, and it's very hard to find a job, and no one really understood me, no one really listened to me, and I was alone living in my 40 square meter apartment in Vienna, no boyfriend, no real friends, and I was really sad. And then one day, I think it was more than 12 months into my job, and I was sitting above my papers, like meaningless papers in my workplace, and the woman was again telling me off for something really stupid, and it just hit me. It just hit me. It was like really just a moment. That's why I learned, like that's why I struggle to be here miserable in a workplace. I really hate being with a woman 9 to 10 hours a day who I really dislike, and she hates me too. And then I decided that I will quit. And that was the point when it began in my head that maybe there is another way. Maybe I don't have to be employed by someone I hate. Maybe I don't need to do a job that I don't enjoy. Because until that point, I never ever heard of the possibility that you can do actually something that you like and earn money with it.
I actually wanted to interrupt you and ask you the question that do you always wanted to be an entrepreneur or a business owner, or that something just came, but my understanding that you're not necessarily was thinking about that.
Yeah,
right?
no. I was raised that I have to have a job. I have to be I have to have a secure job was always, and I never wanted to be an entrepreneur because I just thought it's just hard for me. I'm not good enough. Like it requires a lot of work, and somehow I never saw myself like that. I am owning my own business. So that's why, yes, I was always thinking of being an employee for the rest of my life.
Yeah, and yes, I think that so many people can actually sympathize with that because, especially from Eastern Europe, there are so many people that are grown up in that, well, not just Eastern Europe, but we still like, you have to have a job.
Yeah.
Without a job,
you are nobody.
You are nobody, yeah. And that's not really the case, especially now how the world develops.
Oh,
and,
yeah,
you know.
it's so not the case anymore.
So now you are a business owner. We're gonna go fast forward a little bit. What you actually do, you do your coaching thing, but that's not just all, right?
Well, actually now I am an author already. I have my first book.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I never knew it's so hard to write a book. Frankly, it's really a lot of time, but it's very rewarding. It's about storytelling, and also I have people in that regard how to write their own story and why it is very important. If you are an entrepreneur, you have to have not just a story, you have to have a good story, and most of the people don't really know what makes a good story. So that's what I'm also teaching them in my book, and also of course in coaching. Then next to that, obviously, the online business mentoring, which is a whole other thing and has several parts, from podcasting, webinars, and also, like, for example, how to make money out of blogging, and how to build your online business, what's a sales funnel, so all this technical stuff. And I have a third business, so to say, which I do it together with my husband. I don't really partake in that so much nowadays because I'm really focusing on the online business stuff, but it's an offline business where we are selling clothing to 9 different countries, and well, that's my third business that I'm doing.
So you're actually standing on 3 different legs.
Yes,
so
we can say that like that. Yes.
So when it comes, I know I actually read her book, and her book is amazing. I know that it's coming out in Hungarian, right?
Yes, I wrote it in Hungarian.
Yes. Do you have plans for coming out in English or in German? Because obviously you speak three languages or even more.
Well, 3. Let's say 3. Yes, that's safe to say.
So do you have plans for the book coming out later in other languages?
Well, not for now, because actually I wrote the book because the Hungarian market was lacking in this kind of stuff. But in English there are plenty of books on storytelling, and they are very good. So I just don't feel the need that they need another book on the topic. Also in the German language they have hundreds and hundreds of very good books on the topic of storytelling. So no, I think I will just stay with that one. Definitely in Hungary, because they need it the most.
Who are the people who turn to you, or who you are helping?
Well, basically with that storytelling product now.
Or generally, when it comes to like online business coaching.
Yeah. Well, these I always say 3 kind of people. One person is still an employee, and he realizes that he wanna do his own business, but he doesn't really know how he wanna do it, and then I can help him. First of all, find what he wanna do, find your passion, find what you wanna really do with your life, and then begin to build the company. It's like very similar to business coaching, but it's I still call it like kind of mentoring, because I actually tell them also stuff. The third person is who already have a business, but they don't really generate money, and then there we help. I help them to actually make the changes, the necessary changes, like branding, like content marketing, like storytelling, like all these little, although these are actually big things, but for a person who needs to generate money, these are like big small parts that he has to make it like better.
Yeah.
And the third type of person who are already established entrepreneurs, who already have an enterprise, maybe a company for already 5, 10, 20 years, and they are either stuck because they are having the same turnover year by year, they are paying the bills, but it's not really getting anywhere. They are just working. It's like Robert Kiyosaki says always, it's like you are an employee in your own business.
You are working in your business rather than
you can't really go for a holiday, because then who will do the yes, or they wanna have more money, or maybe they wanna get out of the business and then live off them from the profit, so to say, to become financially independent. This is a very, very nice impression.
Yes, but I think everyone wants to be financially independent. Well,
that's the
So
goal.
many people have the goal, but I think that financially independent, I think it's such a unique thing for everyone. It's very different. It has a different meaning to you, and it has a very different meaning to me. It's just like perfectionism or being perfect. It's perfect for you is, one thing, but that might not be perfect for me. And I think that's again. So I meet so many people who want that. Yeah, I want to have financial freedom, and I'm like, yeah, but what is that for you? And then they struggle to actually explain what it means. What would it mean to them?
But they didn't really think about that. And
yes.
And I also like this is a very good example that always when you talk to a woman, for example, and you ask the woman, what do you want in a man? Because they are, let's say, searching for a man, and they will say, oh, he should not drink, he should not smoke, he should not hit me, he should be not rude, he should be not doing that and that and that, and then you just hit them with the question. The question was not what you don't want in a man. The question is what you want.
Yes.
And that's why most of the women actually struggle attracting the man of their dreams, because they don't even know how he looks. And and I think that's how it works also with the financially being independent. They just heard that, but they don't really know what it means, so they can't attract it. So I think, as you said it very, very nicely, the first step is really to ask what that means to you.
Absolutely.
And then after you clear that, then you can begin to move to that direction. What has to be changed, and what new things has to come in your life in order to achieve that.
You are based in Hungary.
Yes, at the moment.
At the moment, yeah. And I know that you are ready to go wherever.
Yeah, big travel.
And I think that that's very interesting as well. Just another thought here for you guys, that changing is always good. And I don't think you should be afraid of changes. Whether it's where you live or what you do or where you go, I think that it's always changing brings you some kind of... I always say that happiness for me means that it's continuously changing things around me, because if it's the same, after a while it becomes boring, and then you become unhappy, and then you become depressed, and then it's just straight downhill. But my question is that there are so many coaches now. Well, yeah, there are so many coaches. I know that especially in London, every other person is a coach. Whether it's right or wrong, I'm not here to judge, but what makes you different to other business coaches?
Well, first of all, I hear that question a lot of times for different people, and I think what makes a person different from another person, first of all, is the style. Like, everyone resonates with a different person. Maybe, for example, I would be a very good coach for you, but I would be not a good coach for a third person. it depends if you like my style, if we could resonate with each other. And I think that's the first step where you can differentiate yourself from a third coach or from a fourth. Then the second very, very big thing is how you handle people. How is your follow-up strategy? How you are getting the new client? How your customer service is. Really, they feel that you care, or they feel that you are just in it for the money. Because people, as you know, we smell it if the person just wants your money and he doesn't really care. And I think that's the second big thing which makes a coach, how a coach can differentiate herself or himself from another coach. And the last step is, I'm sorry. And the last step is that all the things that you give before. And this we call reciprocation, or what is the name of that? When you give first, and this is like
I would say that you give value, really.
Yeah, well, actually, yes.
You know, when it comes to like you give value, and then you sell.
And then you receive. Exactly.
Yes.
And I met a lot of people, and I am always very surprised that they expect things first, and then they want to give. Except our universe is not working like that. Our universe, and it's proven fact, it's not just my opinion, that first you have to give, and then you give, and then you will receive. And I think that's also how you can differentiate yourself. And that's actually what I'm also teaching, the content marketing. The more content you put out that helps your target group, specifically, not everyone, your target group, the niche, then it will come back to you after a while if you do it.
Well, if a client comes to you, let's say that I come and I want you to be my coach, what would be the next step? Do you assess them? I think that everyone doing different things, and yes, there are some people who are in it for the money, and then they say that yes, of course I do it. But what do you do?
Well, first of all, I don't offer business coaching because it's too general for me. And I did try, it didn't really work for me. So if people come to me, they have a specific need that I have to fulfill. It's like, of course, since my new book is out, I have now coaching clients who wanna build their own story. So I am there with them from the beginning until the end. There are a lot of people who don't have any stories. So we go in, we search for the story in their history, and then we build the story. We add all the stuff, and then we test the story, and then we communicate the story to their target groups. And that's like the storytelling coaching. Or if you come to me and you say you have an online business but it's not generating money, then we have a look how it looks, how is the sales funnel, do you have enough opt-ins, you do email marketing, how is your email, and all these little things. There are really hundreds of little things that has to be on the right place in order to work, and then I help to make the necessary changes that you will make more money, or you will begin to make money, or you will build out your business, or this kind of stuff. So it's always like what the client needs, like what
the need is, yeah. And sometimes I suppose that they don't even know what they need. They just need scratching the surface, right?
Exactly.
So if our viewers want to get in touch with you, how can they do that? Where can they find you?
Yes, so I have a webpage, www.siker.guru, and siker is the Hungarian word for success. And there I have my email, you can call me on the phone, and you can read my blog post and listen to my podcast, which is all free, very informative, and everything is, of course, in Hungarian. So if you are a Hungarian entrepreneur, make sure that you connect with her, because I know her stuff and it's really, really amazing. She gives out so much value, so I'm sure you will benefit from it, and I hope to see an English version soon. Well, I am heading right there. Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Bye, guys. Bye-bye.